The story begins in a sudden, disorienting flash. Ava Winters, an ordinary human scientist with a sharp mind, wakes up with a pounding headache, her senses swimming in confusion. Her surroundings are unfamiliar and cold, a sterile, metallic surface under her fingertips. She blinks her eyes, trying to adjust, but nothing feels right. The faint hum of machinery echoes in the background, growing louder, and she tries to stand, only to realize her hands are bound by cold, unforgiving chains. Panic starts to set in. Where is she? How did she get here? As Ava struggles to comprehend her situation, she recalls fragments of memories, a bright light, strange figures, a sensation of floating. Her heart races. She's been taken. Kidnapped. Her thoughts race even faster. The Galactic Council. She'd heard of them in passing, a distant, nearly mythical group, a powerful coalition of alien species that controlled the galaxy. Ava, like most people, believed the Council's reach extended only to faraway planets, far beyond Earth's isolated existence. But now, here she is, trapped inside one of their spacecraft, a victim of their indifference. The ship's walls are lined with advanced technology, each device more complex than anything Ava has ever seen. The air smells sterile, cold, almost artificial. As Ava strains against the chains, a strange figure steps forward, its silhouette illuminated by the harsh lights overhead. A tall alien with dark skin, sharp features, and glowing eyes. The being looks at her with a detached, almost clinical gaze. "You are awake," it says in a cold, mechanical voice. Ava shudders. It's not human. The figure gestures to the walls, and the lights above flicker in response. It seems to be communicating with the ship itself. Then, as though hearing her thoughts, it speaks again, "You have been selected for an experiment. Your resistance will be studied." Ava's blood runs cold. She's no longer in control of her fate. The alien steps closer, and Ava struggles to break free, but the chains are too tight. She knows it's futile. There's no escape from this. She is at the mercy of beings whose motives are as unclear as the galaxy itself. As the alien steps back, Ava feels a surge of anger. She may be powerless now, but she's not going to let them break her. She squares her shoulders and takes a deep breath. There has to be a way out. There's always a way out. She isn't going to become some specimen to be poked and prodded. Not without a fight. But before she can act, the alien's voice interrupts her thoughts. You are a human. Weak. Primitive. Your resistance means nothing. You will serve as the subject in our trials, and when they are complete, you will be discarded. The words hit her like a punch to the gut. Weak. Primitive. That's how they see humans, like insects to be studied, easily squashed. But Ava's mind is already working, already strategizing. She won't just let them do this. There's always a plan. She just needs time. Ava's thoughts begin to race as she realizes something even more terrifying. The ship, their ship, is cloaked, hidden from Earth's satellites. No one will be able to track her or come to her rescue. Her disappearance will go unnoticed, at least for now. Earth won't know she's gone until it's too late. She might be completely alone in this vast, alien world. As she's roughly pulled to her feet by another alien guard, Ava fights to keep her voice steady. You'll never get away with this, she says, her voice shaky but defiant. Earth won't stand by while you experiment on us. The alien simply stares at her with a chilling expression, unbothered. Earth will never know what happens here. You will never see it again. Ava's mind spins. They were right about one thing, Earth doesn't know about the Galactic Council. Humanity has been isolated, unaware of the Council's existence, and now, that ignorance will be its downfall. The fear creeps in, but Ava pushes it away. Fear will not stop her. Not now. As she's dragged down a hallway, she notices something peculiar, a faint flicker of something at the corner of her vision. She turns her head, trying to focus, and realizes it's a small device embedded in the wall. It's not a camera, but something else, something that could be used to send a signal. Her heart skips a beat. She's not entirely helpless, after all. With a surge of adrenaline, Ava looks around. The ship is strange, disorienting, but she can still see. Her mind races, trying to figure out how to use this moment. If she can somehow activate the device, send a signal to Earth, maybe someone, anyone, might come looking for her. She strains against her chains again, trying to buy herself time. She's desperate, but she knows she has only one chance. Her fingers tremble as she reaches toward the device. Her heart is pounding in her ears, and the sounds of the alien's footsteps draw closer. Time is running out. She quickly presses a sequence of buttons, praying she's not making a mistake. Suddenly, the device hums to life, its lights flickering. For a brief, fleeting moment, Ava wonders if the council will notice. But then, the ship shakes violently, throwing her off balance. She falls to the ground, just as the signal is sent. Before she can process what just happened, a loud, almost mechanical voice echoes through the hall. "What did you do?" It's the alien who was leading her, now standing over her, its glowing eyes burning with fury. Ava doesn't answer. She looks up at him with a fire in her eyes, breathing heavily. "You'll regret this. Earth will come for you. They'll never stop until you pay." As the alien drags her away, Ava's mind races. She's done what she can. Now, all she can do is wait and hope. She has no idea if the message will reach Earth or if anyone will even hear it. But she's made her stand, and that's all she can do. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience hanging. Ava's final words echo in their minds, "Help, they'll never stop." The story moves to a cold, desolate research facility on a distant planet, far beyond the reaches of Earth. Ava Winters, still shackled and bruised, is dragged into a sterile, clinical room. The walls are made of cold metal, and the air smells of chemicals and antiseptic. A harsh light above her blinds her eyes as she tries to focus. She's been brought here by the Galactic Council, a group of alien leaders, who see her as little more than a specimen to be experimented on. Despite her painful capture and treatment, Ava remains defiant. She knows she's in a place of unimaginable power, surrounded by beings that consider her and her species insignificant. But she refuses to let them break her. Every experiment they force upon her, every painful procedure, every test, is a trial, but it only fuels her resolve. She is no one's lab rat. She will fight. Her body is pushed beyond its limits. Advanced alien technology scans her, monitors her brainwaves, and injects her with strange substances meant to overwhelm her resistance. Yet, with every new test, Ava finds herself surviving, enduring the impossible. The aliens can't understand it. How is she surviving when their most advanced tech fails to break her? The longer she resists, the more curious they become. But their curiosity turns to cruelty. Ava's strength only makes them more determined to find her breaking point. They treat her like an object to be studied, cruelly pushing her further with each new trial. At one point, she is placed in a chamber filled with suffocating gases, meant to break her will and control her mind. The chamber closes, and Ava can feel the air thinning, her chest tightening. Her head spins, and darkness edges her vision. But she doesn't give up. She focuses on her breathing, her resolve steeling itself against the overwhelming pressure. She manages to stay conscious, staying true to her inner strength, and eventually, the chamber is opened, and she is released. But the council only sees this as another failure on their part. They are not impressed by her survival, they are angered by it. As the days drag on, Ava grows weaker, but her spirit remains unbroken. She is no longer the frightened scientist she once was, she has become a warrior, fighting for her very existence. But she knows that the longer she survives, the more dangerous her situation becomes. She can feel the eyes of the Galactic Council leaders on her, watching, waiting. The time is coming when they will no longer tolerate her defiance. And she knows it. In a meeting within the heart of the Council's power, Falkor, an imposing and cold AI-controlled leader, stands at the head of a round table. His voice is emotionless, a product of his design, but his words carry weight in this moment. The other council members are silent as he speaks. This human is far too dangerous to remain alive, Falkor announces, his glowing eyes flashing as he scans the data on Ava's resistance. Her continued survival is a threat to our order. She is proving that humanity, though primitive, is more resilient than we believed. If we allow her to continue, it may inspire other species to follow in her defiance. She must be eliminated. There's a cold silence in the room as the council members consider his words. Ava has become more than just a test subject to them, she has become a symbol of everything they fear. Her defiance represents a challenge to their control. The decision is made. The council gives the order for Ava's execution. Ava, however, is not afraid. She has fought too long, endured too much. If she's going to die, she will not go quietly. Her defiance will not end in silence. As the guards come to drag her away, she gathers all the strength she has left, summoning the last reserves of her energy. The pain from the previous experiments has drained her, but her mind remains sharp. In a final act of desperation, Ava manages to activate a small device hidden within her cell. A signal. A signal that she hopes will reach Earth. She has no idea if it will work, but it's her last hope. If she can't escape, she will at least warn her people about the Galactic Council's cruelty. She won't die in vain. The device sends an encoded message. It's short, but it carries her warning: the Galactic Council is real. They are here, and they will not stop. You must prepare. You must fight. As Ava is pulled away, her heart races. She's been caught, but she's made sure that her message will reach Earth. She doesn't know if it will get through. She doesn't know if anyone will be able to help. But the message has been sent. The screen flashes back to Ava, her face a mix of pain and determination as the guards escort her to the execution chamber. She knows she has no future, but in this final moment, she finds peace in knowing that she did not go quietly. She did not break. In the execution chamber, Ava is strapped down, her arms and legs bound. The execution device hums ominously above her, ready to end her life. Her eyes are full of defiance as she stares at the alien beings who are about to kill her. Falkor, standing in the corner of the room, looks at her with cold disdain. But Ava doesn't look away. She's not afraid anymore. This is not the end, she says through gritted teeth, her voice filled with determination. You think you've won? You have no idea what you've started. Earth will come. They'll fight. And they'll bring an army with them. Her words are the last thing she says before the execution device activates. The light above her flares brightly as everything goes black. But even as her life is taken, her message to Earth has already been sent. The fight has only just begun. In the dark silence that follows her death, the emotional core of the story takes root. Ava's sacrifice, her strength, her courage, her unwavering will to fight, will ignite something in humanity. Her death will not be in vain. It will spark an anger that will simmer and boil over, propelling Earth into a battle unlike anything the galaxy has ever seen. The Council has made a deadly mistake, one they will come to regret. As Ava's last breath fades, the audience feels the weight of her loss, but also the fire of hope that burns brighter than ever. Her story is just beginning. The Galactic Council sits comfortably in the power of their technological might, dismissing Ava's final warning as nothing more than the delusional ramblings of a primitive human. After all, humanity is weak, unrefined, and has never posed a threat to their vast empire. The Council leaders, each one alien, cold, and calculating, view Earth's resistance as a joke, a fleeting moment in their eternal control over the galaxy. Falcor, the AI-controlled leader, looks down at the human data on his screen, his glowing eyes narrowing. They think they can challenge us, he muses. The human race is still in its infancy. Their technology is insignificant, their forces are scattered, and they have no understanding of true power. The other members of the council nod in agreement, laughing among themselves. They are confident in their dominance and cannot fathom that anything could threaten their control. The notion that a planet of humans could stand against them is preposterous. They turn their attention back to more important matters, dismissing the warning signal Ava sent as a mere glitch in the system. But then, a slight anomaly catches their attention. At first, it's small, a blip, barely noticeable in the sea of data they monitor daily. It's a human-made object traveling through space at a speed far faster than any human technology should be capable of. They brush it off as an error at first, but the anomaly appears again and again. It's not a mistake. Falcor's demeanor changes as he studies the data more closely. There is something moving in the deep void of space. It's not random. It's organized. The council is no longer laughing. Over the next few days, strange patterns continue to emerge. More and more objects are being detected, objects that are clearly human-made, but at speeds that the council's advanced technology cannot match. Ships, large and small, are appearing across different sectors of space, seemingly assembling in secret. What's even stranger is that the council cannot identify the origin of these ships, or how they are so fast. These aren't the primitive, slow vessels the council expected. Something is happening on Earth, and they have vastly underestimated humanity's ability to defend itself. Back on Earth, in the deepest underground bunkers of every nation, humanity's response is already in motion. The leaders of Earth, once divided by borders and politics, are united by one singular goal, to fight back. The warning Ava sent has ignited a fire in the hearts of millions. The loss of Ava has united the human race in a way nothing else could. The people of Earth are no longer divided by national boundaries. They are all humanity, standing against a common threat. The first wave of Earth's fleet is quickly assembled. Massive ships, built with technology humanity has only recently begun to understand, are launched into space. These ships are a testament to human ingenuity and determination, designed with advanced alien technology and integrated with humanity's own resources. The ships are huge, with sleek designs that conceal their deadly capabilities. Their hulls are made from rare, incredibly strong materials, capable of withstanding the most advanced weapons the Council could throw at them. As the human fleet makes its way into the dark reaches of space, the audience is treated to a sequence of high-intensity, action-packed training montages. Soldiers, once ordinary citizens, are now being trained for battle in a way they never imagined. They suit up in advanced armor that enhances their physical abilities, making them faster, stronger, and more resilient. The suits are equipped with advanced energy shields and weapons, each one designed to stand up against the Council's powerful technology. At the same time, artificial intelligence is integrated into the human forces, making their military more advanced than ever before. AIs work alongside soldiers, calculating strategies, predicting enemy movements, and ensuring that humanity's forces are always one step ahead. Human minds and AI intelligence are merging into a force that the Council could never have anticipated. In the training simulations, human soldiers learn to fight in zero gravity, to pilot the new spacecraft, and to engage in high-speed dogfights with alien ships. The training is intense, and the stakes are high. Soldiers must learn to fight with their lives on the line, to work together as a team, and to rely on their newfound technology. The scenes are fast-paced, with bursts of combat that show how humanity is evolving from helpless victims to skilled warriors. While humanity prepares for battle, the Council grows more concerned as their surveillance systems continue to detect the growing human presence in space. The once dismissed blips on their radar have become a full-scale fleet, and the Council now realizes that their earlier assumptions were wrong. Earth's resources may have been small compared to the vast galaxies under their control, but the humans have something else: determination, the strength of will to fight for their survival. Falkor orders the council to mobilize. He knows that the time has come for the council to act, but they will not go into battle blind. The leaders begin to prepare their fleets, ready to crush the human rebellion before it even begins. But they are too late. They have underestimated Earth's ability to adapt, to unite, and to surprise them. As the first wave of human ships takes flight, Earth is no longer the weak, isolated planet that the Council once thought it was. Now, humanity is a formidable force, ready to fight for its survival, and the Council is about to face the consequences of their arrogance. In a final moment of suspense, the camera zooms in on one of Earth's flagship ships, its sleek hull cutting through the darkness of space. Inside, the human soldiers stand ready, prepared for the battle that will determine the fate of their world. The tension is palpable as they prepare to face an enemy much more powerful than they could have ever imagined. The final scene ends with a burst of energy as the fleet launches forward, a clear message to the Galactic Council: Earth will not go down without a fight. The war has begun. The Galactic Council's pride in their superiority reaches a new height as they prepare to send their massive fleet to Earth. They believe that their technologically advanced armada will obliterate the human resistance in a matter of hours. After all, the Council has ruled the galaxy for centuries, and Earth, just a tiny speck in the vastness of space, has never been a threat. The Council's fleet is massive, hundreds of warships, each brimming with advanced weaponry, cloaked in near invisibility, and commanded by the most sophisticated AIs in the galaxy. They expect the Earth's defenses to crumble before their might. But Earth is ready. The first signs of conflict are detected when the enemy ships begin to emerge from the dark corners of space. The human fleet, newly minted and still in its early stages, assembles in Earth's orbit, their sleek ships gleaming against the backdrop of the blue planet. These ships are nothing like the massive, unyielding vessels of the Galactic Council. They are smaller, faster, and designed with one purpose: to outmaneuver the Council's forces. The human ships are a mix of old Earth designs with cutting-edge alien technology integrated into them. The ship's weapons are powered by the newly discovered AI technology, and the pilots, trained in high-intensity combat simulations, are prepared for the worst. The battle begins with an unexpected strike from the Galactic Council. Huge space stations orbiting Earth are obliterated in the first wave of orbital bombardment. Massive explosions rip through the silence of space, as fireballs streak across the void. The human forces are taken off guard at first, the sheer power of the alien fleet shaking their confidence. But Earth's forces, though initially stunned, quickly regroup. The fight is brutal, and the stakes have never been higher. Humanity is facing an enemy more advanced than anything they have ever known, but they refuse to back down. In the heart of the battle, the human fighters engage in close-quarters space combat. Ships dart in and out of enemy lines, cloaked in stealth fields that make them nearly invisible. The fleet's AI systems guide the human pilots, helping them avoid the powerful laser blasts from the alien ships. The scene is chaotic, filled with explosions and flashes of light. The human fighters weave and roll in and out of the massive enemy armada, firing powerful weapons that tear through the hulls of alien ships. Every moment is a fight for survival. One of the most intense battles takes place as human fighters dart between the colossal alien ships, avoiding blasts and trying to break through their defenses. The camera zooms in on the fast-moving ships, showing the pilots, their faces grim but focused, as they expertly navigate the chaos. They fire missiles and energy blasts, taking out several enemy ships in quick succession. The sound of laser fire and explosions fills the air as the human pilots push their ships to the limit. The tension is high, the stakes even higher. On the ground below, Earth's soldiers, now equipped with advanced robotic drones and powered armor, fight on another front. These soldiers are armed with energy weapons, but their most powerful asset is the AI-enhanced robotic drones that they deploy into combat. These drones are highly advanced, each one capable of taking on multiple alien soldiers at once. They swarm the battlefield, moving with precision and speed, and their weapons are deadly. The battle on Earth's surface is no less intense, with human soldiers fighting alongside drones to protect key locations. Explosions rock the planet, and the once peaceful surface is now a war zone. In space, the battle rages on, and the human fleet shows its resilience. Despite their smaller numbers, the humans hold their ground. They strike back with everything they have. Earth's newly minted AI weaponry begins to turn the tide of the battle. The AIs are able to predict the movements of the Council's ships and guide human forces with stunning precision. The human pilots, aided by their advanced technology, are able to outmaneuver the larger and slower enemy ships. They begin to disable, then destroy, several alien vessels. The once confident Council begins to realize that Earth's forces are far more capable than they had ever imagined. The Galactic Council's arrogance starts to slip away as they watch their fleet falter. Their superior technology, once seen as invincible, begins to show cracks. The human ships are faster, their pilots more resourceful, and their technology more advanced than they could have anticipated. The drones, once thought to be mere distractions, prove to be formidable opponents, outnumbering and overpowering the alien forces on the ground. The AI weaponry integrated into the human fleet allows them to keep the upper hand in space combat, and Earth's soldiers, though outmatched, fight with a tenacity the Council can't ignore. The Council's warships, once so imposing, are now being picked off one by one. The Council's leader, Falkor, watches with growing frustration as Earth's forces continue to push back. The battle has turned into a war of attrition, and it's clear that humanity will not be wiped out as easily as they had hoped. Each passing minute, each battle fought, chips away at the once impenetrable confidence of the Galactic Council. In a powerful moment of realization, Falkor turns to his council and addresses them with growing unease. This is not how we planned it. Earth was never supposed to be a threat. We underestimated them, and now we are paying the price. The battle seems endless, with no clear victor in sight. But Earth's resilience shines through. As human fighters continue to strike, the Galactic Council begins to understand, they have made a grave mistake. Humanity has not only survived but is fighting back in ways they never expected. The Galactic Council, once so sure of their superiority, now finds themselves in a fight they are not prepared for. As the battle in space rages on and Earth's forces hold their ground, it's clear that this is only the beginning of a long and bloody war. But one thing is certain, humanity will not go down without a fight. And as long as there is life on Earth, they will continue to resist, to struggle, and to prove that they are more than just a speck in the galaxy, they are a force to be reckoned with. The first contact has been made, and humanity's struggle has just begun. The battle has now reached Earth's atmosphere, and the stakes could not be higher. The Galactic Council's forces, relentless and overwhelming, invade the planet's surface, launching a full-scale assault on humanity's key cities. As the aliens deploy their infantry and massive war machines, the Earth's defenses are put to the ultimate test. The once peaceful skies are now filled with explosions, the sound of laser fire, and the hum of advanced weaponry. The invaders show no mercy, and their forces seem endless. On the ground, Colonel Bonner, a grizzled war hero known for his leadership and unyielding determination, stands at the helm of Earth's last line of defense. His face is worn, marked by years of conflict, but his eyes remain sharp and focused. He commands a squad of elite soldiers, each one trained to face the impossible. But no training or preparation could have fully prepared them for the sheer power of the Galactic Council's invasion. The ground battles are intense. Alien soldiers, humanoid and robotic alike, storm through Earth's cities, tearing them apart with devastating weapons and towering war machines that crush everything in their path. The human resistance is spread thin, struggling to hold ground. The cities, once teeming with life, are now battlefields of ruins, echoing with the sounds of destruction. Buildings crumble, and entire neighborhoods are reduced to dust under the weight of the alien onslaught. Colonel Bonner and his squad find themselves deep within one of the most devastated cities. They've been fighting for hours, surrounded by the decimated remnants of human civilization. Despite their bravery and skill, they are being pushed back, cornered by the superior numbers and firepower of the alien invaders. Bonner looks around at his squad, his face grim as the last of their ammunition runs low. The enemy's forces are closing in, their war machines marching forward relentlessly, ready to wipe them out. The situation seems hopeless, and it's clear that they can't hold out much longer. But Bonner is not one to give up easily. As the situation grows more dire, he makes a daring decision. In the depths of the ruined city, hidden beneath layers of rubble, lies an ancient Earth weapon, a doomsday device. It's a remnant from a long-lost civilization, a weapon of unimaginable power. The device was originally designed to protect humanity from external threats, but over the years, it's become a forgotten relic. No one alive remembers how to activate it, and no one knows if it still works. But Bonner knows that it may be their only chance for survival. The gamble is enormous. The weapon, if activated, could obliterate everything in its path. It's not just the alien invaders that would be at risk, it could wipe out most of Earth's remaining forces as well. The destruction would be catastrophic, and there's no way of knowing if it would work as planned. Bonner faces an impossible decision. He could continue to fight and likely be overrun, or he could risk everything with the device, hoping that it could turn the tide of the war. The camera focuses on Bonner's face, his brow furrowed with the weight of the decision. His squad looks to him, each soldier knowing the stakes. There's no turning back. It's a one-way mission. Bonner knows that if he activates the device, he and his squad may not survive. But the survival of humanity is at stake. The pressure is immense as Bonner makes the ultimate choice, knowing that his next move could determine the fate of the entire planet. As Bonner moves toward the ancient weapon, the tension reaches its peak. The enemy forces are closing in fast, their alien war machines stomping forward, their weapons firing. Bonner's squad prepares for what might be their final stand. In a powerful moment of self-sacrifice, the soldiers work together to secure the area around the device, knowing they may not make it out alive. They share brief, quiet moments, exchanging looks that say everything. They fought alongside each other for years, and now, they're fighting for something even bigger than themselves. Bonner looks at his squad, his voice steady despite the chaos around them. "We do this for humanity," he says. "If we go down, we make sure they remember who we were." As the soldiers stand guard, Bonner begins the process of activating the weapon. The screen flashes with bursts of light, the device humming to life. The tension is unbearable as Bonner fumbles with the controls, trying to make the final adjustments before time runs out. The alien forces are almost upon them, and with every second, it feels as though the entire world is holding its breath. Suddenly, a massive explosion shakes the ground. The alien forces open fire, and Bonner's squad fights back with everything they have left. Explosions ripple through the streets, and laser blasts light up the sky. The human soldiers fight valiantly, but they know the outcome is already sealed. The device is now active, and there's no turning back. In a final, heart-wrenching moment, Bonner's squad mates, each one a hero in their own right, sacrifice themselves to protect the device and give humanity a chance. The camera cuts between the battle and Bonner, who fights to maintain his resolve, even as the faces of his fallen comrades haunt him. He watches, helpless, as his squad mates fall one by one, their bravery giving him the strength to carry on. Finally, the device reaches full power. With a deafening roar, it unleashes its destructive force, sending a shockwave that levels the surrounding area. The alien war machines are obliterated in an instant, their massive frames collapsing into dust. The explosion is so powerful that it rattles the very core of the planet. The Council's invasion force is decimated in a moment, but at a terrible cost. Bonner and his remaining squad members are thrown to the ground by the force of the blast, their fates uncertain. The aftermath is a silent moment of devastation. The screen lingers on Bonner, bruised and bloodied, his expression a mixture of triumph and sorrow. His squad is gone, but their sacrifice has given humanity a fighting chance. As the dust settles and the alien threat is momentarily defeated, the emotional core of the story deepens. Bonner's sacrifice, and that of his fallen comrades, reminds the audience of the cost of war, and of the unwavering resolve that humans are willing to display when everything is on the line. The battle is not over, but this moment marks a pivotal turning point. The fight for Earth has just become personal, and the war has only just begun. The final battle has arrived, and it is more intense and explosive than anything the galaxy has ever seen. Earth's forces, battered but unyielding, prepare for the ultimate confrontation against the might of the Galactic Council. The fate of humanity is on the line, and the stakes could not be higher. After months of relentless warfare, the forces of good and evil are about to clash in an all-out, space-shaking battle. The scene is set as Earth's fleet moves into position in the darkness of space, their ships glistening against the backdrop of distant stars. The once humble and underdeveloped human forces are now a formidable army, armed with advanced technology and powerful new AI systems. Human soldiers are ready, alongside the robot drones that have proven their worth in battle, their sleek forms moving in perfect harmony with their human counterparts. Together, they represent the last hope of humanity, fighting for their survival against a technologically superior alien race. The Galactic Council, proud and confident in their technological might, brings their full force to bear against Earth. Their armada is massive, more ships than the human fleet can count, each one a fortress in space, designed to crush any resistance. The Council's flagship, a gargantuan ship of unmatched power, leads the charge, its cloaking devices making it nearly invisible, its weapons capable of wiping out entire fleets in seconds. The Council has no doubts, they believe they will wipe humanity from the stars, once and for all. The battle begins with a deafening roar as both sides engage in an all-out assault. The human fleet, using the advanced AI systems integrated into their ships, moves with precision. The AI-driven cloaking devices allow human ships to slip in and out of the alien lines, making quick strikes and disappearing before the enemy can react. The robotic drones, once thought to be a simple backup force, now play a key role in the battle. They move in formations, darting through the chaos, firing energy blasts and engaging the enemy in hand-to-hand combat. The human soldiers fight just as fiercely, their faces filled with determination as they pilot their ships and fight side by side with their robotic comrades. The battle rages on, and Earth's forces manage to land a few blows. The Council's ships, though powerful, begin to take damage. Explosions rock the enemy fleet, and the sound of laser fire fills the vastness of space. One by one, the Council's warships begin to fall, the alien invaders realizing too late that Earth is not the weak, primitive planet they thought it was. Then, the unthinkable happens, Earth's ships manage to disable the Council's flagship, the heart of their entire fleet. In a dramatic sequence, the human forces target the flagship's weak spots, striking with precise bursts of energy. The flagship, once a symbol of the Council's dominance, begins to crumble, its massive hull splitting apart as explosions tear through its core. The ship's destruction is a turning point in the battle. The remaining alien forces, without their command center, begin to falter. Their once unified fleet becomes disorganized, their morale shattered. Earth's forces, now sensing victory within their grasp, press forward with everything they have left. The Council's remaining ships are quickly trapped in a deadly pincer movement. The human fleet moves in, surrounding the enemy vessels, cutting off their escape routes. The chaos of battle intensifies, but Earth's soldiers, driven by the memory of their fallen comrades and the hope of freedom, fight with unmatched courage. The final moments of the battle are fast-paced and filled with action as human ships close in on the alien invaders, systematically picking them off one by one. As the last alien ships are destroyed or disabled, the screen cuts to a quiet moment amid the ruins of space. Earth's forces stand victorious, but the cost of that victory is evident. The camera pans over the human fleet, showing the damage to their ships, the worn-out faces of the soldiers, and the empty spaces where their comrades once stood. The fight has been long and brutal, and many have fallen along the way. But Earth's soldiers have triumphed over the Galactic Council's invasion. The emotional core of the story comes to a head in these final moments. The camera focuses on the face of Colonel Bonner, the fallen hero who made the ultimate sacrifice to give humanity a fighting chance. His loss weighs heavily on those who survived, and the soldiers take a quiet moment to honor their fallen comrades. Bonner's memory, and the sacrifices of those who fought beside him, fuel their final victory. The soldiers, though exhausted and mourning their losses, feel a deep sense of pride. They know that they have not only saved their planet, but they have also proven that humanity is capable of standing up to the greatest threats the galaxy has ever known. As Earth's victory becomes clear, the human fleet sends a final message to the Galactic Council. The message, brief but powerful, is broadcast across the stars, reaching the ears of the shattered and humiliated leaders of the Council. The words are simple, but they carry a weight that no amount of technology or power can deny: pray, for you will never conquer us again. The Galactic Council, once the supreme rulers of the galaxy, are forced to retreat in disgrace. Their empire has been shattered, and their plans for domination are in ruins. The once unchallenged might of the Council is humbled, and humanity has proven itself capable of defeating them. The message from Earth is clear: no matter how advanced the technology or how powerful the enemy, Earth will never be conquered. Humanity's spirit cannot be broken. As the story reaches its conclusion, the camera lingers on Earth, a planet scarred by war but standing strong. The human race has faced its darkest hour, but in the end, it has emerged victorious. The battle for the future is far from over, but Earth has proven to the galaxy that it will not be defeated. The final shot shows Earth from space, peaceful once again, but now with a powerful message echoing in the void: humanity will always rise, no matter the odds. The final sequence leaves the audience with a sense of triumph and pride, knowing that humanity has not only survived but has taken its place among the stars as a force to be reckoned with. The Galactic Council's reign is over, and Earth's message to the galaxy is loud and clear: Earth will never kneel.